Before we had the 50 states, we had the 13 colonies. As you can see, the 13 colonies are the states or colonies that's in red. The 13 colonies were divided into 3 separate regions: New England, Middle, and Southern colonies. And if you can remember, New England and North all start with the letter N, and Middle, of course, they're in the middle, and Southern colonies, Southern colonies were, of course, in the South. New England colonies were Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and New Hampshire. The economy for the New England colonies was major trade, fishing, and shipbuilding. The agriculture, it was bad soil for crops, and they had short seasons also for crops. So they really relied on the fishing, the shipbuilding, and trading to make money. The religion for the New England colonies was largely Puritans. They led strict lives and spent most of the day in church. The climate and geography for the New England area was hilly terrain, rocky soil, moderate summers, and cold winters. The middle colonies, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. The middle colonies relied on the sale of livestock, fishing, and grain, and they were also considered a trade center. The religion for the middle colonies was a mixture including Quakers, Catholics, Lutherans, Jews, and others, but the biggest one were the Quakers. The climate and geography was wide, deep rivers, rich farmland, moderate climate, and it was easy to farm in the middle colonies. They were also known as the breadbasket colonies because of their trade and their economy that was so heavily based on grain. The southern colonies, you have Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. The southern colonies' economy was very big with agriculture. They had large plantations and they relied on tobacco, rice, and indigo. The religion, they were a part of the Church of England, and it also included Baptists and Anglo-Saxons. The climate and the geography for the southern colonies, they had many rivers, good harbors, warm and humid climates, which made it great or good for crops. In the 13 colonies, you had slavery, especially in the southern colonies, because remember, their agriculture was big on crops and they had large plantations. Slaves were forced to work on these large plantations without pay and often mistreated. Slaves did not choose to come to the New World. They were captured and sold by slave traders. Once enslaved, they were always enslaved. Some were born into slavery. And the Native Americans. As you know, the colonists came over and the Native Americans were already here. So as the colonists came over, some of the Native Americans helped the colonists and traded with them. They tried to build a positive relationship with them. Colonists continued to come over and take over the land from the Native Americans. This eventually led to several conflicts between the colonists and the Native Americans. So there you have it, the 13 colonies. That is all the information you need for the 13 colonies.